If you're searching for a destination that offers breathtaking natural beauty and profound spiritual significance, Mount Heng in southern China, also known as Nanyue Hengshan, is an unmissable stop on your journey through the country. Located in Hengyang City, Hunan Province, Mount Heng is one of the 5 sacred mountains of China, representing the south in the traditional Chinese cosmological system of the 5 directions and elements. Nanyue stands out with its 72 peaks stretching over 150 kilometers. The tallest of which is Zhurong Peak, rising 1.290 meters above sea level. Often referred to as the roof of the south, it offers panoramic views of verdant pine forests, clouds drifting lazily over the mountaintops, and crystal-clear streams winding like silver ribbons around the rocks below. The climate at Mount Heng is refreshingly cool and mild year-round. In spring and autumn, the landscape bursts into vibrant, romantic colors. During summer, thick layers of mist cloak the peaks in a dreamlike haze, creating a celestial scene that draws thousands of visitors and photographers each year. But Mount Heng is not only a marvel of nature but also revered as the cradle of southern Taoism and Buddhism. Since the Qin and Han dynasties, it has been a sacred place for Taoist priests, Buddhist monks, and Confucian scholars who sought solitude and enlightenment amid the mountains. Your journey begins at the foot of the mountain. At Nanyue Grand Temple, Nanyue de Miao, an ancient and majestic shrine that has stood the test of time. Originally built during the Tang dynasty and renovated through successive dynasties, this temple is dedicated to Zhurong, the great emperor, the deity who governs the southern mountain and embodies the element of fire and the energy of life. As you step through the temple gates, you're immediately enveloped in an atmosphere of solemnity and grandeur. The architecture dazzles with its golden glazed roof tiles, crimson walls, and intricately carved wooden corridors adorned with dragons and phoenixes. The resonant chime of temple bells and the gentle waft of incense call the soul inward, inviting you to step into a sacred realm suspended in time. This is not just a sacred site, but the largest shrine among the 5 sacred mountains, often hailed as the Little Forbidden City, due to its sheer scale and imperial design. Covering nearly 100,000 square meters, the temple complex consists of almost 200 halls, pavilions, towers, and gates, all arranged along a grand north-south axis, reflecting the symmetry and solemnity of traditional Chinese palatial architecture. The centerpiece is the main hall, which is dedicated to Zhurong, the great emperor. Supporting structures include the Avalokiteshvara Hall, Guanyin Hall, the Sutra Pavilion, Kangjing-zhe, the Temple of Martial Wu, and many ancient stone stels, statues, and poetic couplets, all enriching the site's historical and cultural depth. Beyond its architectural and spiritual value, Nanyue Grand Temple is also a vital center for ancient ceremonial traditions. Every year in the 9th lunar month, the Mount Heng sacrificial ceremony is held here with solemn rituals, echoing drums, and ringing bells that awaken the mountain spirit. Thousands of worshippers, scholars, and tourists flock here to pray, pay tribute, and explore traditional Chinese culture. From the Grand Temple, visitors can continue their journey about 1.5 to 2 kilometers to the Blessing and Purification Temple, Xusheng Temple, on foot or via electric shuttle through shaded pine forests. The serene and picturesque route allows travelers to enjoy both motion and meditation in the tranquil embrace of nature. Xusheng Temple is an important Buddhist site that once served as a significant religious center in southern China, and it preserves precious Buddhist relics, including a Buddha relic, Sarira. Unlike the grandeur of the Grand Temple, Xusheng Temple exudes a gentler, more serene charm. It is a place of monastic life and a beloved pilgrimage site for Buddhists worldwide. The architecture is simple yet refined, and the quiet ambiance is often accompanied by the soft sound of wooden fish drums and temple bells, bringing a sense of calm and spiritual clarity. The path from Nanyue Grand Temple to Xusheng Temple is more than just a transition between two religious landmarks. It's a symbolic journey connecting two great spiritual traditions, Taoism and Buddhism. These two paths have coexisted, interacted, and enriched the spiritual fabric of Eastern civilization for millennia. Blessing and Purification Temple, Xusheng Temple, originally constructed during the Tang dynasty, has withstood over 2,000 years of history, enduring numerous renovations under successive dynasties, most notably during the Tang and Ming-Qing periods. Today, it is a remarkable piece of religious architecture and a cultural archive preserving ancient Chinese spiritual and cultural imprints. Nestled on a verdant mountain slope, with its back against a cliff and its face overlooking the expansive plains, the temple boasts a harmonious feng shui layout, lined with moss-covered stone steps. The entrance path leads through a solemn three-arched gate. Inside, the layout follows the traditional vertical axis design, with key structures such as the Mahavira Hall, Meditation Hall, Sutra Library, and the Sarira Pagoda, which enshrines precious Buddhist relics. The temple's architecture is deeply influenced by Tang dynasty Buddhist aesthetics, glazed tile roofs with graceful curves, finely carved wooden columns, and serene statues of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas arranged with reverence and majesty. In the quietude of the forested mountains, the sound of temple bells echoing through the valley invites visitors into deep calm and introspection. More than just a primary Buddhist site in southern China, Xusheng Temple once served as a thriving center for monastic training, scripture translation, and Buddhist teaching. Many renowned monks, local and foreign, from Korea, Japan, and Vietnam came here to study and practice, transforming it into an ancient international hub of Buddhist learning. Today, Xusheng Temple remains an essential stop on the pilgrimage route through Mount Hang. Visitors come not only to admire the scenery and pay respects, but also to seek inner peace. During festivals such as Vesak, the Ghost Festival, or the Nanyue Grand Temple Fair, thousands of pilgrims gather here in a reverent yet vibrant atmosphere, illuminated by faith and compassion. As visitors depart from Xusheng Temple, Xusheng Dian, one of the most sacred stops on the Nanyue pilgrimage, they begin the next leg of their journey. Ascending old winding stone steps through a veil of milky white mist. With its upturned roof tiles and curling incense smoke, the temple seems to linger behind, whispering distant chants as a spiritual farewell. The path from here to Zhentian platform, Zhentian Tai, is not long. But the increasing elevation slows one's pace and deepens one's focus. Ancient pine trees line the trail, rustling gently in the mountain breeze. Moss blankets the green stones beneath your feet, evoking a sense of time flowing backward. Occasionally, a hidden stream murmurs between the rocks like an ancient stone instrument, echoing the footsteps of countless pilgrims who silently walked the same path. Upon reaching a bend on the mountainside, Zhentian platform appears, majestic. Not flamboyant, modest, yet full of spiritual strength. It is a square stone altar, plain but solid, perched among the clouds. It feels as though this place holds up the sky itself. The name, Zhentian, which means, heaven stabilizing, carries not just the idea of cosmic balance but also embodies humanity's enduring belief in the harmony and order of the universe. On the platform, visitors can gaze into the vast expanse where rolling mountains melt into the sea of clouds. The wind is brisk and pure, carrying the subtle fragrance of the forest, as if washing away worldly worries. One's heart grows lighter, the spirit fortified, preparing for the final ascent to the summit, Zhurong Peak. Where heaven and earth converge. Zhentian platform is not merely a rest stop but a sacred moment suspended in time. A place where one feels the closeness between the finite and the infinite. Here, you can listen to the voice of the sky, reflect on the self, and gather strength for the challenging yet meaningful journey ahead. Located on the mid-slopes of Mount Hang, Zhentian platform sits along the pilgrimage path between Zhusheng Temple and the towering Zhurong Peak. The highest summit of the Hengshan Range. The name, Zhentian, meaning, guardian of heaven, carries profound symbolism. This point of spiritual resonance is believed to stabilize the cosmic balance and protect all sentient beings below. According to legends and ancient records, Zhentian platform was once a site where Taoist sages, eminent monks, and even emperors came to offer prayers to the heavens, seeking favorable weather, peace for the nation, and well-being for the people. Today, it draws visitors for its stunning views and deeper purpose, as a place to reflect, connect with the cosmos, and rediscover spiritual equilibrium. Tranthene Terrace. Where earth meets heaven. Not grandiose nor extravagant, Tranthene Terrace leaves a profound impression with its rustic beauty, serene ambiance, and unwavering spirit. Built from natural stone, square and sturdy, it rests gracefully on a flat plateau midway up the mountain. Around it, moss-covered boulders and towering ancient pines reach skyward, as if yearning to touch the clouds. The air here is perpetually cool, veiled in mist, making the terrace seem like it floats in a sacred dreamscape. On clear days, standing atop Tranthene Terrace offers a sweeping panorama of layered mountain ranges. White clouds like silvery waves, and glimpses of temple roofs and ancient towers hidden deep within the forest. Especially at dawn or dusk, the scene transforms into a magnificent ink and wash painting, stirring the soul with its grandeur. Beyond the terrace, the mountain path narrows and steepens. Ancient stone steps snake along the slopes, some sections so narrow only one person can pass, flanked by sheer cliffs and deep valleys shrouded in mist. The higher one climbs, the stronger the wind, the denser the clouds, each step a passage deeper into the heavens. On either side of the trail, ancient pine roots cling stubbornly to the rock face, boldly jutting into the sky, symbols of unyielding will against wind and frost. The vegetation here is not dense, yet it exudes resilience. Every tree, every stone bears the hue of centuries past, echoing the solemn majesty of the Hengshan Range. Along the way, travelers may encounter ancient inscriptions carved into stone, poems left by Tang and Song dynasty poets who once climbed these heights. Overwhelmed by the awe-inspiring landscape, each verse is a message across time, a testament to generations who once walked this path with reverence for heaven and earth. After the final, rugged ascent, Chugdung Peak reveals itself, soaring into the clouds like a celestial pillar bridging sky and earth. The summit is not vast, but sufficient to house the modest yet solemn Chugdung Shrine, dedicated to the legendary fire deity Chugdung, guardian of the south and master of the fire element. Symbolizing life and illumination, the shrine stands humbly upon the rocky ground, unadorned yet dignified. On bright days, the entire Hengshan range undulates like a slumbering dragon, with wisps of white clouds drifting like ethereal smoke. In the far distance, the landscape of Hunan province emerges like a misty watercolor painting. In that moment, all fatigue and hardship seem to melt away. The mountain climber reaches the physical summit and attains a spiritual peak, where space and time seem to pause, and the human soul merges with the universe. As the journey up Mount Nanyue nears its final ascent into the clouds, when exhaustion from countless stone steps and unceasing strides seems to fade away, a majestic yet tranquil sight emerges before your eyes. The summit of Zufeng, the highest peak of the Hengshan range in Nanyue. Zufeng is not just an ordinary mountain. It's a name steeped in legend. According to ancient tales, this was once where Zhu Rong, the god of fire who guarded the southern skies, cultivated his powers and ascended to divinity. The mountain, infused with the celestial energy of fire, became a sacred focal point of spiritual power for the entire Hengshan range. At its peak still stands the Zhu Rong Temple, modest, cloaked in clouds, yet radiating a profound spiritual force that draws reverence from all who see it. The path leading to the summit is not long, but steep and winding. From Zhentiantai onward, the dense pine forest gradually thins, revealing rugged gray rock, etched by time. Reaching the final step, one feels like leaving the earthly world behind, entering the sacred threshold where heaven and earth meet. The wind up here is different, no longer the gentle breeze under the trees, but the sharp, brisk air of altitude, carrying the chill of mist and the boundless quiet of the heights. Standing atop Zufeng, all sounds seem to fade. Below lies a sea of forested ridges and rolling white clouds, like waves of silver stretching into eternity. Above, a sky of deep, endless blue. In that moment, you feel impossibly small, yet your spirit feels immense. For you have conquered not just the mountain, but every obstacle that stood in your way to reach this long-dreamed-of place. One autumn morning, I stood silent, watching the sun slowly rise at the horizon's edge. Its first light touched the roof of Zhu Rong Temple, casting golden hues over ancient moss-covered stones. That moment wasn't merely beautiful, it was sacred, as if the universe bowed to greet the pilgrim who had completed their spiritual journey. People often say, how tall is Nanyue? Zufeng is its peak, but to me, Zufeng is more than just the mountain's highest point. It is the summit of faith, willpower, and awakening. After leaving Nanyue Hangshan, one of the 5 sacred mountains of China, travelers often carry a profound mix of emotions: awe at the majestic natural beauty, and a quiet reverence stirred by the depth of culture and spirituality embedded in this sacred land. Winding along mountain roads and ascending moss-covered stone steps, visitors can witness firsthand the solemn beauty of the Grand Southern Temple, Nanyue de Miao. Often hailed as the Southern Forbidden City, this ancient sanctuary, with its soaring tiled roofs, exquisitely carved wooden pillars, and the lingering scent of incense, evokes a timeless reverence and sanctity that has endured for thousands of years. Here, many come not only to offer prayers, but also to listen to the echoes of history and the whispers of ancient tradition. The journey continues to the summit of Zuzong Peak, the highest point of the Hangshan Range. After a strenuous mountain ascent, travelers are rewarded with a breathtaking view: a sea of clouds gently rolling beneath the golden light of dawn. The moment the sun slowly rises into the sky leaves many in silent awe. Standing between heaven and earth, the sheer vastness of nature humbles the soul and deepens one's appreciation for life's quiet wonders. For many who have walked this path, Nanyue Hangshan is not merely a travel destination but a place to feel, reflect, and understand. Rarely does one find such perfect harmony between nature's grandeur and the spiritual depth of a sacred landscape. Leaving Hangshan, travelers carry more than beautiful photographs. They take silent echoes in their hearts, like a gentle southern melody that lingers long after the journey ends. And you? What are your thoughts about this sacred mountain? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any upcoming videos. For now, farewell, and we look forward to seeing you again in the next episode.